And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders. This is Michael, the FXFreedom, broadcasting you live on YouTube, and this is the professional trading course 101, right? It's for beginner traders. Everybody, never forget, trading is a learnable skill when you learn in the correct way. Also, never forget that you're going to graduate from this course when number one, you have your chart set up and ready for trading. Number two, you have your strategy in place. You understand why you win, why you lose. And number three, you have a complete understanding on how this market works, so you can analyze the market and make an educated prediction. You can follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/cfxfreedomfx, or Instagram, fxpassion_freedom. If you have any questions, everybody, you can send an email to educationfxfreedom@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Skype. Hello Lynn, how are you? So most likely 2024 I'm going to change, right, from FX Freedom to FX Boss. Hello boss and everyone. Alright, moving forward. Professional trader course, finding trading opportunities with counter trend lines. Wow. Alright everybody, let's open AUD USD daily chart if you want. Delete everything we've done yesterday. Delete. I'm going to ask G4X developers to remove we don't have, right, remove drawings. Okay, remove drawings should be a nice feature to have. And there you go everybody, out this one, out this one. Hello Allah, how are you? Okay everybody, finding trading opportunities with counter trend lines. Remember, we are working on, with this subject, with this title, we are working on the number 2. Okay, what is your strategy? Okay, so when in an uptrend, when the market's making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and in a downtrend, when the market's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, we can find trading opportunities with the counter trend lines. Okay, in an uptrend, the uptrend line is going to show what direction, and in a down market, the downtrend line is going to show what direction. Exactly, uptrend line is going to show up direction, downtrend line is going to show down direction. Hello Wisdom, how are you? Okay, now what is a counter trend line, everybody? A counter trend line is a trend line that goes, so trading slash charting concept, CTB stands for counter trend line is a trend line that goes in the opposite direction than the counter goes the direction than the trend line. Then the trend line, right? Vocabulary maybe, trend line. Okay, trading charting concept, everybody. A counter trend line is a trend line that goes in the opposite direction than the trend line. What does this mean? This means that in an uptrend, if the trend line is up, the market's making higher highs, higher lows, the counter trend line is going to go up or down. And let's do something like this. Okay, one more time. Down, exactly. Down. Right? Okay, something like this. Can we see it? Okay, and transparency, maybe 70. There you go. So counter trend line, one more time, and clone. Counter trend line is a trend line that goes in the opposite direction than the trend line. So in an uptrend, the counter trend line is going to go down. Exactly, very good. Not that difficult, right? What about a downtrend? In a downtrend, a counter trend line is going to go up. Exactly. Not that difficult, right? No brainer. So counter trend line in here, counter trend line in here, counter trend line in here. Okay. Take a screenshot, photo, picture, everybody, with your cell phone, with your PC, whatever. Type in the chat done when you're ready. Hedge fund trader Clara, how are you? Yes, it goes in the opposite direction. So the blue is the trend line. The black are the counter trend lines. Everybody. Okay, type in the chat when you are done, everybody, so we can move forward. Remember, I have a 15 seconds delay on the chat from when you start posting it, that I can see it. Yes, it's going to be FX Boss, most likely next year, right? Boss, how many courses do you have? We have different courses. Send me an email, everybody, if you're interested, or Skype or whatever. Okay, our time here is limited. Done, everybody. All right. Okay, done. Now, what is your strategy? Okay, it's just a matter of time. We're going to have a lesson. It's called What is your strategy? What is your strategy? Okay, counter trend line break is a signal tool, is a timing tool. Okay, you can use, there is no right or wrong, it's not mandatory, but if you like counter trend lines, counter trend line breaks, what is your strategy? Counter trend line break is a signal tool. Typo, thank you very much. Students say typo boss, edit label. It's a signal tool. Thank you very much. Alice is done. Okay, what is your strategy, everybody? You can put, okay, counter trend lines as a signal tool, as a timing tool, right? What does this mean? This means that if the orange is the market wave, just an example, and we've learned that in a market wave we are going to see extensions, the market is going to make an uptrend. In a retracement, the market is going to make a downtrend. And in the next extension, the market is going to go in an uptrend again, right? The counter trend line could be another tool that you can use for your entries. Isn't this great, everybody? Wow, right, another tool. Okay, so if you are going to use a counter to, yes, we are going to check we are going to check the charts in a second, everybody. Exactly. It's a signal tool, it's a timing tool. Okay, one more. There is no right or wrong, you can use it in your strategy. Counter trendline break, counter trendline break. Yes, you can use it. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Give me a second, everybody. You can use it. You can use it on trends and market wave if you want. Okay, you can use it on trends to enter trends and the market wave. So the black and the orange would be the market wave. Now just the orange would be the trend, right? Can you see it, everybody? Boss, what's the difference? Well, if you take everybody, it's a great question, right? What's the difference? Sometimes up market wave, right? So give me a second, everybody. So higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, extension, lower lows, lower highs, 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 and then you have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and I need to do it something like this. Higher highs, higher lows. There you go. Still on a market wave, right? Now, everybody, here is the question. Talking about the market wave, start of the extension, right? I mean, this is not the best picture. Not the best picture. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this in here. And there you go. What would you say, everybody? Talking about the circle, is the retracement over? Talking about the circle, is the retracement over? The retracement? We can do one more, right? Higher highs, higher lows. There you go. Circle, this would be like clone. This would be like in here, everybody. Okay, this is theory. Now this is the live market, this is the practice. Is the retracement over? Are we starting the extension? Type in the chat yes or no. Yes, we are starting a new extension. Or type in the chat no, we are not starting a new extension. No, there is no right or wrong. If you are going to put in your strategy that you are going to enter with the counter trend line break, then you must obey your strategy. You cannot enter here, everybody. Yellow. This one. You cannot enter here anymore. This would be wrong. Why would be wrong? Because you have rules to follow. Make sense? You cannot, if your strategy is saying I'm going to enter with the counter trend line break and this is the rule, you cannot enter here. You are not following. No, it's not personal. You are not following your strategy. You are breaking the rules of your strategy. So your entry, everybody, is here. Not mandatory if you want. Lynn says yes, changing the short-term trend. Okay, very good. Now, what if your counter trend line break, your counter trend line is like this? See the difference, everybody? Boss, can we have more than one counter trend line? You are not going to like it, but no. You cannot. Great comment, thank you very much, love the comment. You cannot have more than one. Don't confuse. Okay, don't confuse golden nugget. Golden nugget. Don't confuse trend lines with counter trend lines. Okay, counter trend line is just one. Make sense, everybody? Golden nugget, don't confuse trend lines with counter trend lines. Counter trend line is just one. Okay, if you do, listen to me very, and thanks for the comment, by the way. If you do something like this, okay, this is not the counter trend line anymore, but you are saying, oh, this is the long-term trend line or the medium trend line, and this is the short-term trend line or the medium trend line. Make sense, everybody? This is why this is so confusing sometimes and difficult. Make sense? Yes, yes, thank you very much. Oh, boss, but there is a change in the short-term trend. Sure it is, all good, but until the see, everybody, now this is happening right now. Don't confuse counter trend lines with trend lines. Make sense? The market's making hard highs, hard lows. Agreed? Agreed. Question: is this market from here to here in an uptrend, or is this market from here to here in a downtrend? Type in the chat, uptrend, downtrend. You don't choose, everybody. Make sense? This is one of the skill. You are playing chess with the market. You are letting the market come to you. Don't force it. Make sense, everybody? Counter trend line break is just one. Rectangle, are we in an uptrend? Are we in a downtrend? Lynn is asking, but then won't you adjust the counter trend line with the highs and lows? No. No, counter trend line work in a different way. Yes, it's different, everybody. I'm going to show you when you're losing money, make sense? And I'm going to show you where you are going to lose money on the counter trend line break. But let's go step by step. Question number one. Look at the rectangle. Are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? What's the answer? Dimitar, downtrend. Yes, sir, congratulations. Julius, downtrend. Yes, sir, congratulations. Oh, but it's making hard highs, hard lows. It's still in a downtrend. See, everybody, this lesson today, it's an upgrade. It's still in a downtrend. Study the lessons, download Duca's copy, YouTube webinars. You know, when we have the lesson about trend lines and everything, right? And we said we have the long-term trend line, and then we said we have the medium trend line, and then we said we have the short-term trend line, and then we said, okay, the market short term is in a downtrend, but medium term, orange line, we are still in an uptrend, and long term, the green line, we are still in an uptrend. You must learn those things, everybody. You must learn those things, everybody. If not, it's going to get confusing. Make sense? Ernesto, as I can see, downtrend with less swing uptrend. Wisdom, downtrend. Everybody, this market is still up. We've learned. If you don't get it, if you didn't get it, everybody, download the stream of the trend lines for your understanding. This market is still up. In the same sense, even though it's making higher highs, higher lows, this market, because not of this one, because of this one, this market is still short, it's still down. Make sense? Oh, but it's making higher highs, higher lows. Well, up in here too, it's making lower lows, lower highs. So what? We're going to discharge those two. Those two are not relevant. What? Price action in itself, it's not relevant. Make sense? Lower lows or highs, yes sir, but those two, right? Who is leading what? Is the price action leading the trend lines, or are the trend lines leading the price action? Wow, it's a big one, right? Boss, can you repeat please? Is the price action leading the trend lines, especially when it comes to here, or are the trend lines leading the price action? Trend lines, yeah, very good. So the same logic applies in here, right? Remember, trend line is a tool, and the counter trend line, talking about your strategy. What is your strategy? Counter trend line could be a tool as a signal, talking about timing. You can use it on trends and market wave. And golden nugget, don't confuse trend lines with counter. Counter trend line is just one. I don't want to hear it. Yes, but period, end of story. Okay. Counter trend line is just one. Trend line is leading, yes, very good. Down retracement until it breaks the red one, exactly. Okay, so if you are going to do something like this, and you are going to go long, there is not right or wrong, but then the market is going to do something like this, don't come cry to me. Don't send me emails, oh boss, counter trend line doesn't work. Okay, counter trend line is just one. Okay, now let's dissect what happens. Okay, everybody, so look at the chart, and this is one trend line, and this is the second trend line. Which one is the counter trend line, everybody? Is the red the counter trend line, or is the green the counter trend line? Oh, but the market was falling. Doesn't matter. Which one is the counter trend line? The red? You need to pick one, right? And counter trend line just one. Which one is the counter trend line? And this is the easy one. Let me find the losing trade. Oh, losing entry, everybody. Let me find the losing entry. Okay, this one. Red, very good. The red one. Okay, so this is the red one. Let's color code differently now. This is the blue, and this is the black. See, everybody, what happens? What would happen? See this one? What would happen if you would, fair enough, not short term, right? Not short term. Okay, not short term, but can you see, everybody, if you would enter in here, if you don't follow the rules, if you don't follow the concepts that I am teaching you, if you would short it here, the short-term trend, just an example, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, you would enter in here. This would be your stop loss, just an example, and this would be your take profit. If you would use the counter trend line break in the wrong way, would you win or would you lose? So two questions. Which one is the correct counter trend line, the blue or the black? The blue or the black? Which one is the correct counter trend line? And the next question is, if you would enter at the black, shorting the downtrend, right? And you are risking 1 per 2, the blue, exactly. So if you are not the blue, yes sir, if you are not going to use the counter trendline breaks in the correct way, you are going to enter where you should have not entered, blue, 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 yes sir, and bam. See everybody how this works? You would lose. Don't send me emails. Okay? Now, let's dissect those two. Sometimes this is the market, and sometimes you are going to have this. And sometimes this is the same market, and sometimes you are going to have this. Okay? In the first example, you have just maybe 2 or 3 or 4 candles. Okay, 2 or 3 or 4 candles, something like this. And the next candle is going to go down, just an example. Okay, so this is going to be the correct counter trendline break. Okay, this is one. On the right side, we have the market making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. In this sense, in this aspect, this is going to be your counter trend line. Did I make a mistake on the right side, or is it correct, my counter trend line? Is my counter trend line on the right side, right example on the black lines, correct or wrong? Thanks for the thumb up, everybody. Is the right example correct or not correct? No, I'm not talking about not this one, everybody. Let's hide it, right? This one. Mistake, exactly. Mistake. The correct trend line is this one, counter trend line. You know, why, boss? Why? Because here you have an uptrend. Here you have an uptrend. Here you don't have an uptrend. You have just a few candles. You have just a few candles, and here you have an uptrend. This makes all the difference between those two. Not correct. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, demo trade, everybody. Demo trade, simple trading strategy. You're going to love this. Simple trading strategy. Okay. Find a trend or a market wave. Number one, find a trend or a market wave. Number two, draw a trend line. Number three, trade, enter. enter with CTB stands for counter trendline, enter with counter trendline breaks. Number 4, stop loss above or below the trend line. Number 1, risk reward 1/2. Take a screenshot of this, everybody. You're going to love this. Yes, this strategy works. Simple trading strategy. Find a trend or a market wave. You're going to do this together. Type in the chat a currency pair and the time. Find a trend or let's see, FXFreedom knows what he's talking about. Find a trend or a market wave, draw a trend line, enter with counter trend line breaks, stop loss above or below the trend line, risk reward 1/2, okay, and 6 reverse your positions when the market breaks the trend line and reverses the trend. Simple trading strategy. Take a screenshot. Find a trend or a market wave on any currency pair, any time frame. Draw a trend line on any currency pair, any time frame. Enter with counter trend line break, stop loss above below the trend line, risk reward 1/2, and reverse your position when the market breaks the trend line. Boss, this is a strategy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, everybody. Type in the chat a currency pair you want to check and let's see if this stuff works. Or it's all baloney. Right? Everybody? Like Clara is saying, oh, this is casino, you know. We are betting and I'm just joking, Clara, don't worry. This is not a prepared class. I don't have charts. Type in the chat a currency pair. And let's see if this strategy is baloney. GBP USD, what time frame? We have a winner, GBP USD, what time frame? Clone chart, GBP USD. GBP USD, clone chart. First come first is served. If we have time, we are going to check Euro GBP too. GBP USD, GBP. Then if we have time, Dimitar, we are going to check Euro GBP too. Clara first. Clara, what time frame? One hour, very good. USCPI was just released today and markets went crazy, very good. So 1 hour chart, right? 1 hour chart, 1 hour chart. Let's zoom out, everybody. 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart. Okay. Now, talking about 1 hour chart. Okay, do we agree, everybody, that let me see, 1 hour chart, 1 hour chart. Okay, let's address first, everybody, the market wave or the short-term trend. This is the 1 hour chart, right? I'm looking at the 1 hour chart. This is a nice one, right? This is a nice one. Okay. Do we agree, Clara and everybody else, that we have enough data to put this up trend line? Do we agree, everybody, that we have enough data to put this trend line like this, right? And we're going to put a vertical line. I don't see the future. Okay, I don't see the future. Do we agree, everybody? We have an uptrend line and the market's making market wave, right? Extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, right? Do we agree? Yes, okay. So where is the, there you go. Find a trend or a market wave. We found it, check. Draw a trend line. Red one, check, we drew it. Enter with counter trend line break. Stop loss below the trend line. Risk reward 1 per 2. And reverse your positions when the market reverses the trend. Okay, this is where you're going to have the loser, everybody. And one more time. Exit full screen. There you go. Okay, now we are here. Okay, now remember, I don't see the future, right? I don't see the future. Okay, now 1, 2, 3. Everybody, is this a counter trend line break? Yes or no? Counter trend line break. The red one, is this a counter trend line break, everybody? Yes or no? Remember, a counter trend line break, it's a trend line that goes in the opposite direction. What does this mean? The market is going to go up. Make sense? All right. This is our first entry. Stop loss down in here. Right, stop loss down in here, and we go 1 per 2, 1 per 2, clone, clone, 1 per 2, very good. Now let's see what is going to happen, right? The market's moving up, 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 down, down, up and down, up and down, 1, 2, 3. Do we have another counter trend line break? Another counter trend line break in here. Do we have it? Dimitar, the answer is yes. Makes sense? Extension, retracement, extension. Okay, Dimitar, our first entry is this one. Okay. And then what happened? Look what happened with the market. The market pushed down, right? Pushed down, the market pushed down. Okay, do we have another entry? Yes, we do. And the market went up, 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 up. We're waiting for retracements, right? Now this would be another one. This would be another one. The market making lower lows, lower highs. See, everybody, this is the one. We are going to enter here. Counter trend line break. And remember, stop loss always, we have 4 entries. 1, 2, clone. This we have the third one. Stop loss below the trend line. Our 4th entry is here. We are going to extend this one. I don't see the future. I'm keep extending, right? This was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the market is moving up. Reliant. Another counter trend line break. In here. Another counter trend line break. In here. Everybody, do you understand what we're doing? If you have any question, we are just entering on counter trend line breaks. What does this mean? We are entering on retracements, right? Where is the picture? Okay, so from the very beginning, everybody, my bad, didn't explain well, my bad. Okay, so we are going to enter, we are looking, when you are drawing counter trend lines, you are looking for retracements. So this was a retracement, counter trend line, this was a retracement, counter trend line. Very slowly, everybody, do we understand that unless the retracement is going to occur, you cannot draw the counter trend line? Does this make sense? If the market is just extending, you cannot draw a counter trend line. The market must retrace. So we are drawing counter trend line breaks every single time when the market is retracing. Alright? Now you can do this all time long. You know? We're going to not to waste that much time, everybody. We are monitoring the uptrend line and seeing here what happened. Now this is where this simple trading strategy that makes money gets difficult for the beginner trader. Right? I'm going to enter 2 counter trend line breaks in here, and the market is going to go against me, and this is, my account is going to be in red, and I'm going to get scared, right? When in reality, see this, look at this counter trend line break, everybody. See? This is the entry. Counter trend line is just one. If you would do this, this is wrong. If you would do this is wrong. If you would do this is wrong. Okay? So I'm entering with counter trend line breaks. Now moving forward. Right? Counter trend line breaking here. Counter trend line breaking here. Counter trend line breaking here. Counter trend line break. You have thousands of counter trend lines for you to enter. Counter trend line break in here. Counter trend line break. Lastly, in here. Everybody, give me a second. Right? And I need to adjust. So this would be my uptrend line. I had multiple entries, right, everybody? And then some of those, because it's risk reward, boss, it's better 1 per 2. This is just an example. Alright? You are going to learn trade management, everybody, don't yell. Okay? But you had multiple entries, and every single time the stop loss goes below, in this example, below the trend line, below the trend line, below the trend line, below the trend line, below the trend line. Agreed? And here it's telling you, oh, you should really stop in here. Make sense? So here is the question. All of those entries, and starting from this vertical line to this vertical line, would they be in profit or loss? What's the answer? Would all of those entries make you money, yes or no? And remember, I don't see the future. I just did, right? I just did what the strategy is telling me to do. Right? Now, what else can we do? Loss. No, how it's a loss, man? How it's a loss? Entered here, finished in here. Entered here, finished in here. Entered here, finished up in here. Entered here, finished up in here. Julius, where is the loss? Entered here, finished up in here. Julius, where is the loss? Starting at the circle, we can trace a market wave, or the market wave or the shortened trend, doesn't matter. There is no right or wrong, everybody. This is just an example. So if you would enter with the counter trend line breaks, right? Now Julius is not wrong. If you would just enter with a counter trend line break and do nothing, this was the first trade, you would enter with a small profit, right? Small profit. I'm facing network issue, system stops me out watching the session, YouTube later, okay. Now, what else did you learn? Traders, what else did you learn already? You've learned that follow the market, Aha, right, Julius? This is the knowledge, this is the implementation. What about now? Rule number 6. Where is the rule? Rule number 6, where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where are we? There you go. Reverse your position when the market breaks the trend line and reverses the trend. Right, Clara and everybody else? I need to follow the market, so I'm going to draw another trend line. Okay. Boss, but you didn't hit risk reward ratio. Yes, fair enough, we didn't. Rule number 6. When the market breaks the trend line. What trend line? The most recent one. This happened here, right? And the market reverses the trend. Are we still making higher highs, higher lows? Or are we making lower lows, lower highs? See how this goes, everybody? Now, fair enough, the last trade would be a loser. This one, this trade in here would be a losing trade. And this previous trade, rectangle, would be a break-even trade. Right? Because I would pocket all the profits when the market would break the yellow uptrend line. Okay? Yes, fair enough, the market didn't hit risk reward ratio. Fair enough. 1 per 2 never happened. Never happened. So if I draw this uptrend line, I have the knowledge and I close all the trades up in here. Am I winner or am I a loser? Yes, but if you get out at the red, why would you get out at the red? Yeah, you're correct. My bad, everybody. So number 6 is the problem. Reverse your position when the market breaks the most. Fair enough. My bad. Most recent trend line and reverses the trend. Better like this, everybody? Winner, exactly. Winner. Just quickly, Euro GBP 1 hour chart. Euro GBP 1 hour chart. Let me see if we can find a short-term trend. Euro GBP 1 hour chart. Wow, this is a nice short-term trend, everybody. Thank you very much, Dimitar. Right? Do we agree, everybody, that in here we had enough data to draw the downtrend line, the yellow one? I don't see the future. I don't see the future, but I can see the markets making lower lows, lower highs. So this is how I would enter. On retracements, counter trend line, counter trend line, counter trend line, counter trend line, false breakout in here, pay attention, counter trend line, right? Now this one would be different. So why? Because risk reward happened too. Clone 1 per 2 happened. Boss, should I trade 1 per 2 or 1.5? Up to you, everybody. Up to you. Make sense? Okay, here is the question. Can you do this, everybody? Can you enter with the counter trendline breaks? Homework. Test this strategy on the demo account. Test this strategy, everybody, and come back to class with questions. Okay? This is just an example. There is no right or wrong. Remember, why are we doing this? We are doing this because we want to help you. I want to help you to forge number 2. You are graduating from this course when you have your strategy in place. Alright? Okay, everybody, our time is up. See you back tomorrow. Until tomorrow, stay strong and don't trade for money. Where is the picture? Don't trade for money here. Don't trade for money. Trade for freedom. Okay? And don't stay where you are. Alright, everybody. See you tomorrow. This is FX Freedom.